Welcome, Cancer Leo, to your end of the month reading for May. Hope your friends are doing great out there. Okay, guys, let's get in here and see what is going on with you. Best message is coming out. Best message for beautiful Cancer Leo. Guys, don't forget, too, that I am doing live readings, too. So if they're not popping up, you can always hit that live area on the page, because I have been doing lives. That's where most of your love readings, things like that are. If you guys are looking for those love readings. I mean, some of these are love readings anyways, but I mean, those are actually meant for that. And they come out in the generals too, but literally, that's what they are. So if you guys are looking for that, they are on the lives. Okay. Best message for the beautiful Cancer Leo. May, one more. There it is. There it is. I felt it. Ooh, got some self-discipline going on. Everything's going slow. Feeling stuck right now. Feeling stuck. You were moving. But at the end of the month, you might feel a little stuck. Okay? It's like, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Yeah, but you're a wounded warrior over here. You're still going strong. You're still holding on to that Ace of Wands. So it's like you're not giving up the ghost over here. Definitely going after your heart's desire. Whether it's love. Oh, we were just talking about love, right? Whether it's that love or what you're in love with. I mean, it does look like you might be stuck with a choice, and that might be why you're stuck. It feels like you might, I have the choice to go here or there, but you have your hand on that wand. So it's pretty much looks like, even though you may have a choice, you've pretty much made up your choice. You're holding so tight to that wand, wanting that to be. It's like, I want this to be that passion. That is the passion. Yeah, you're holding on to it because you're afraid that you'll have a lost opportunity if I let go of that wand. But yet there's another choice that's coming in that keeps catching your attention. You're just not sure how strong that is. Is that really where the passion is? Because this wand I'm holding on to is what I'm really, really interested in. And if I let go of that, I might have a missed opportunity. And I don't want to make any bad investments, So, but it is almost like you're being pulled into a different direction, and this is why it feels like you're stuck. You're stuck because of indecision. It's like, should I stay or should I go now? Could be love, right? It can also be your job. It could be anything. Remember, general reading. Oh. Three of Wands. You're trying to control a situation. You're being very stubborn. That's why you're not going to let go of that Ace of Wands, even though you have this other opportunity sitting in front of your face. You're just kind of fearing that this will not end up the way that I want. I feel like it's more like I'm not really that passionate about it, but it could have something. There could be something there, but that's not where my ultimate passion is. So it's giving you some emotional distress. I'm just going to call it Three of Swords, emotional distress on this one, because it doesn't really feel like it's deep depression or anything like that. I just feel like it's emotional distress. And that's coming from the indecision of which way I'm supposed to be going. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go. This is what I had in mind. This is what I want to do. But now you're saying I have this other opportunity. I'm not sure if that's where I need. So there's a lot of confusion. This is where my dream has been. Yeah. So yeah, on top of the Nine of Wands, is the winning at all costs. Trying your hardest to fight that good fight for that ultimate passion of that Ace of Wands that you're holding on to. Priestess in reverse. Disconnected from your intuition. I'm going to have to get another card on this one, guys, because it's saying you're disconnecting from your intuition. Even though this has no closure, you're not giving that Ace of Wands that closure, because you don't want it to be a missed opportunity. You're not closing it off. You don't want it to be completed. Clarify on the Lovers. Hold on, guys. I'm going to move these down just a little bit because I want to see this Lovers over here. Are you sure you're not missing an opportunity that could lead to your Ace of Wands? Like, could it be an opportunity that's going to actually lead to the Ace of Wands? Yeah. For some of you, if this is a love connection, here we go, right? I'm going to bring that up for just 1 second. This is a love connection. You don't want to go back to that because you feel like there's loss there and they're bitchy and they're cold-hearted and they're cruel, and I just don't want to do that. I want to hold on to this because even though there's no closure with the Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, I don't feel like this is the direction I should go on. You might have a secret love that you don't want to have a missed opportunity with. So if we're looking at love for just 1 second, with the Ace of Wands, it looks like you're holding on to a new, yes, you're holding on to an Empress. Oh. But you're juggling back and forth. For some of you, you're juggling back and forth within your mind whether or not you should stay with the Queen of Swords or should you move to the Empress. That's for those of you in love. You're holding tight to this Empress versus this person who's been sour to you. You don't, oh. You're juggling, for a lot of you, you're juggling 2 people. You want to hold on to the Empress because you know that's where the love is. You want to let go of this Queen of Swords, even though there might be a lot of ties, because you don't want to lose out on this Empress. You don't want to lose out on this, you've been building with this person, but you've already had this other thing, but you don't want to keep it because it doesn't bring you any satisfaction, but you've been here along. Holding on to the Empress because they're the ones that give you all the love. Yet I know I have the Queen of Swords over here, but all they do is bitch, moan, and complain. I know that there's no closure there, but I'm keeping secret of the Empress. Now, if this is a job situation, it's the accomplishments that you've made with the Empress that you don't want to let go of. And whatever this new situation is, you just feel like it's not producing anything. It doesn't have anything to produce for me. I'm going to let it go because it's just going to be a loss anyways because there's not enough. Yeah, there's not enough balance. And in a love situation, you're trying to balance out the situation because the Queen of Swords has been so unfair to you that you just do not want to keep this here. So you're trying to figure out how to make the closure. And this is where you're juggling on the 2 because you don't want to lose on the opportunity with the Empress over someone who's been treating you like shit. That's why you have no passion. I've lost the passion. Okay. That's where the domineering is coming from. The Queen of Swords is too domineering. They're always up in my face. I don't want to do this anymore. I found the Empress, but I don't want to lose them because that's where all the love is. I'm keeping that secret. But I'm also secretly going to withdraw from the Queen of Swords because I need to make closure with them. So I'm trying to seek this closure with the Queen of Swords. Okay, now it's all making sense. I could see that it could be a loss and that they could see it as a major loss. So you're going to feel like the that the Queen of Swords may see this as a major loss, but you're not feeling that it's the major loss, because what you're feeling with the Ace of Wands is that I will have all of this with the Empress over here that I can't make with the Queen of Swords. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I'm seeing? Because that's what I'm seeing now. So you're fighting for everything you got for this Empress, for this accomplishment. And even if it's a job situation, it's like I've put my heart and soul and everything into making this mine, developing it, growing it. This is mine. I don't want to take action where something is not paying off. That is not the road I want to go down. But yet it keeps coming back up at me. It keeps telling me I'll serve you well, right? They keep saying this will make you money, this will make you money, but that's not where your heart is. So you're becoming very cold to that job. You're becoming very cold towards that situation. If you have 2 jobs and you're juggling 2 jobs already, you're going to let one go because if one does not serve you, yeah, there's a lack of everything there, but I'm still going to hold on to this job over here. So some of you might even have 2 different jobs. And you're saying no, but you are afraid maybe that the boss is going to be pissed off with the Emperor over here. Maybe the Emperor is just, the boss over there is just, you know what, they know they're going to lose, right? Maybe they've been, but all they do is bitch and moan and complain. But that's just not where your heart is anymore. So I got to get out of there because I found this new job that pays me good. This is where my abundance, my prosperity is. So whatever your situation is, whether it's, love, and this one person cannot do anything for me anymore, but this new person does everything for me, that's where I'm going. I'm keeping my eye on the prize of the Empress. I don't want any of that anymore. So this over here between the choice is this is the old. The Queen of Swords is the old. The Empress is the new, but you've also put a lot. Now, if it's a job, this could be like, I've just started this job. It's doing nothing for me, but I need to hold on to this. I put too much work into it. You guys are going to have to take that how it resonates. Because I see one, you put way too much work into a situation, and the other one just seems to tear you down. Let's just put it that way. I mean, that's because it's a general reading. It's going to be so, if this was a personal reading, it'd be easier because you can see it from 2 different standpoints. Yeah, Ace of Cups, because they're just drowning me. I don't want the Queen of Swords, so they're drowning me. So whether the Queen of Swords is the new or the old, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter in this case. You know what it is. It's like whatever. Because there's so much stuff going on here. It doesn't matter. I'm blocking that because they're drowning me. I'm keeping where my heart's desire is. I don't care. I don't even want a choice. I don't even want the choice. I already picked my choice. So it's saying I already picked the choice. If you guys already picked the choice, then why is this here? Why are we doing this reading? Is this confirmation? Okay, so I feel like this is a confirmation. Because I'm like, if you already picked the choice, then why are we even having this conversation? It's almost like, okay, this is one of those confirmational readings. Okay, so if it's a confirmational reading, you already know where you're going, and you know you don't want that. You're just stuck in your head. Okay, so I'm stuck in my head. I need confirmation, Goldie. Tell me what I need to do. Well, it looks so far like you stay with the Empress. Well, let's ask. Let's use a different deck. Confirmation on the Empress. And the Empress, please. Herald the Cups. That's where the love is coming through. So you're already getting a message of love. You're already getting the message of the fullness. Where your cups are upside down over here, the Empress is bringing in that cup of great love, of passion, of compassion, of love, what you need. It's fulfilling your heart's desire, where you feel like you have the 10 of Wands and the 5. It's going to get you out of the 5 of Swords. Well, the 5 of Swords says I'm winning at all costs. So it's going to say you don't have to feel like you're in a competition anymore. It doesn't feel like you have to compete for anything. It's the almighty, it's justified. It's the almighty giver. Okay, so there you go. Confirmation there. It's almost feeling more like a personal reading in a lot of ways. Okay, so let's see the Queen of Swords. That bad job, that bad girlfriend, boyfriend, bad opportunity, the one that's dragging me down but keeps trying to pop back up to say I'm supposed to be here, but maybe you're not. It keeps me keep distancing myself. Two of Cups in reverse to the Four of Swords. Ooh. To the Herald of Pentacles. Okay, so you're getting two heralds. I see the point. I get it. I get it. If it's a career situation, it's still paying. It's just not paying what I want it to do, and I just don't have the passion to really be there. But it's still paying. It still pays me. It's just, it drains me. Okay? And I'm not feeling connected to it at all. And it just drains me. But yeah, it's still bringing in the money that I need. I just don't feel comfortable there. I just don't. I don't feel comfortable. Four of Swords in reverse. I don't feel comfortable. This is not where I want to keep myself. Everybody around here is bitchy. Everybody's complaining. My job, is domineering, right? But they're still paying me. If it's a love situation, I don't feel comfortable. They don't open up. I feel disconnected from this person. I don't feel like this is my person. They're always bitchy. They're always complaining. They're always draining. But yet the Two of Pentacles, we make good money together, or, we still have some things that are going on around the situation. We still have some things that we can get along with. Is that the one? No. But we still have things we have things in common. Whoopity woo. Right? Yay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just going to say yay. Gonna say yay. That's it. That's all I got. Okay? Yay. I'm so proud you guys have something in common. I would hope so. Right? I would hope you have something in common. Right? We still have business. There's still, this business. There still could be, some success. They make wise investments. Yay. Right? They're going to come to me with like, hey, guess what? I got, a raise. We can still have, like I said, you have things in common. But that having things in common is what you got there to begin with. That's how you got there. Right? So all it's saying is that we still have things in common, but I feel so disconnected. My heart feels disconnected. My soul feels disconnected. What we have in attributes of what we, they make great money, I make great money, whatever. That's not enough though, guys. It's like that's the least of your worries over here. I was looking for the little book to see, because that Herald of Pentacles, news about what? Yeah, same thing. News of financial news. There could be a business venture. It could be somebody who wants to build a business with you. Yay. Like I said, you got things in common. That's just not enough for a relationship, if that's a love relationship, especially when you're feeling disconnected with the Two of Cups. That's bad. You already have the Star in reverse, which is saying that I don't feel this is my legacy. This is not where I want to build my family. I'm already feeling in despair about this situation. How do I let them go? Right? Or do I just keep working on it? You know the answer. You know what the answer is. We have the King of Wands to the Empress. There's your answer. You can get the bigger picture, building with that Empress. It could also be a Sagittarius, Leo, or an Aries you're dealing with. Yeah. For the Emperor to there it is. And there's your Ace of Wands. Oh my gosh. The Emperor to the Four of Wands to the Ace of Wands. So who, there it is. There it is. And the Emperor is the who? The Empress. Clarify on who the Emperor is. Right? We already know. There it is. The Empress. So who are you holding on to? It literally said you're holding on to the Ace of Wands, which you believe is your Empress, right? Who becomes the Emperor to the Empress. And now there's you guys together. Because the other one is in reverse. Wow. Who is your Knight of Pentacles? Could be a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. The Empress itself is Taurus or Libra. So, wow, guys. That's awesome. So, and if it's a job opportunity, you know you're going after it. It's telling you, go for the Ace of Wands. Look, you could still make money. Like it said, you could still make the money that you need to make, but at what cost? Because if you feel disconnected and you don't feel like in a job, like you feel like you should really be there, or this is your legacy, because this is not your legacy if the Ace of the Star is in reverse. Yeah, talk to your angels, your guides. Meditate on the situation, right? Because you're ready. You know where you're supposed to be. So I feel like this is just literally, yes, thank you, Spirit. This is just a reading of get more information of confirmation for you. So you know what you're supposed to do. Be assertive and go in the direction that makes you feel happy. Okay? Choose the direction that makes you feel the happiest. You know where you're supposed to be. Okay? And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time. Peace and love. Bye-bye.